guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fitzy's Eats. Now, if I remember, this is my first episode since around November. Now, the reason I stopped filming for like almost a year now-ish, is in November I started basketball. That had me packed almost every single afternoon until January. So we were just eating like quick air food fries, and there was not much of a video to put in for that. Then after that, I just didn't feel the greatest. I was sort of sick, tired from basketball. Then like still we're eating quicker foods, not really much to film. Then school went out. Today is June 30th, I think. And school went out June 6th. So, I mean, there was a little break. We did like some very fun stuff in the summer. I went to New Jersey for a week by myself. And, yeah, but actually, I hope he's watching this. Somebody got me inspired to do another video. A few days ago at our local pool, I was sitting with one of my friends, Joel, and he subscribed to my channel, and we were watching a video, and I'm like, man, I gotta make another video. So here we are. Today we're making cookies for the campground. I'm going camping for my first time ever. Yeah, I'm 12. Had my birthday in April. Got braces. Finished 6th grade. A lot of things have changed. Got a haircut, obviously you can see. But yeah, so we're just gonna be making these chocolate chip cookies today, but with no chocolate chips. So chocolate chip cookies, but with no chocolate chips. First of all, because as most of you know, my brother is dairy free, and he can't eat chocolate chips. So in substituting for butter, a cup of butter, we're using a cup of Crisco. That's about four of these large shortening spoons. So yeah, but let's get started. So I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I have 2 baking sheets ungreased. This recipe calls for baking sheets ungreased. It says it makes about 4 dozen cookies, and you bake it to 8 to 10 minutes. So let's get started. So I'm gonna add in my cup of Crisco. So here's like 1/4 of a cup, half a cup, and because this one is super big, that's a cup. So there you go. Okay, make sure you always have a towel on here to wash like your hands and stuff. If you have any extra Crisco left on your hands, just wipe that right off. So right there. Okay, next it calls for 1.5 cups of sugar. I got my 1.5 cup measurements right here. So let's just scoop that. And I know how some people like measure out with a knife. If you just shake it until it's like even, that's basically the same thing, and you don't have to dirty more dishes. So 1 cup. That's a half a cup. And you always want to make sure once you add your butter or Crisco and then sugar or brown sugar, you want to make sure it's mixed until it is fluffy. So I'm gonna wait till that is fluffy. It takes about I'm gonna say 45 seconds, like it's almost fluffy. And there you go, it's fluffy. That was like super quick. I have my spatula to scrape this down from here. Okay, as you know, I'm wearing my Fitzy's Eats, Fitzy's Sweets shirt. If you want one of these, comment down below. Say what color, what size, and then possibly we could get more intact if you really wanted one. Okay, so now we have to add 2 eggs. usually just regular egg things. It's like 2 large eggs, but I feel like most egg cartons, like they are all large eggs, so you don't have to be too particular about that. So there's 1. And I know most people put these in the shell first because of not wanting to get. I know most people put it in a bowl first because of not wanting to get shells in their mixture. I'm just very skilled at that, so I don't really do that. Then we have vanilla, and we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay. So now we add in our sugar mixture, our eggs, and our vanilla, and we're gonna let that mix until it's again like light and fluffy, all incorporated. And another good thing is when you see it turning yellow from the eggs, that's when you know when it's close to being done. Again, scraping down the sides. Scraping some of this from the paddle. This is a paddle attachment if you guys are wondering. There's also like whisks, the bread one. It's like eating bread. Okay. Now, we're gonna combine flour, baking soda, and salt. I know some recipes say do it in another bowl. Again, it's just doing more dishes. I always like to do salt and baking soda first, and then mix those together, and then add the flour last. That's just how I like to do it. So it calls for 3/4 of a tablespoon of baking soda. So this is 1/4, so I'm gonna have to do this like 3 times. 1. Oh my gosh. 2. 3. Okay, and this is salt. It calls for about 1/4 of that. Now, usually I just measure it when I'm cooking for my family, but because I'm cooking for other people that aren't my family, I'm doing it over the trash so I don't get too much salt. There's that. Then again, I like to mix this up, get it fully incorporated, and then once we're at the end, I like to add the flour. I'm baking for some of my friends. If you remember Adrian from the baseball cake video, he's gonna be there, and then my other friends. So yeah, I'm really excited, and because this is my first time coming, I wanted to bring something for them, and I also wanted to kickstart my YouTube video. If you see, a few days ago, I was realizing that I wanted to start back up, so I was editing my videos some. You can see I changed my channel to make it more like cooking, or my profile on my channel. I changed like some of the descriptions on my videos. Yeah, so there is our flour. Now we don't want to put on too high because the flour will go everywhere, and then that's a giant mess to have to clean up. So we're just gonna let this go until like all the flour is like incorporated. You see how it's starting to like shake a little bit. That's when you know like it's starting to get all incorporated. Okay. And while this is happening, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. That would make me feel so good, and it would just make like it would make more like encouragement for me to make more videos. So yeah, if you can just like and subscribe, if you have, I understand that most of you are already subscribed, but if you aren't, just hit hit that subscribe button. Yeah. So I'm gonna try it real quick. Really good. This is actually my mom's favorite cookie dough recipe. She loves it, and I really like it too. So now I'm gonna scrape all that off the spatula. And what I'm gonna create about cookies about the size of a small ball. So if you can see, that is like about the size you want it. Again, depends. Do you want smaller and bigger cookies, or smaller and more cookies, or bigger and less cookies? For this, because there's gonna be a lot of people, we want smaller and more. Yep. So, yeah. Finished 6th grade. I think I told you guys that. Right now, almost, I would say, a third done with summer break already. So, yeah, that's just crazy. And this is what I'm going to be doing for most of the summer and the beginning of the school year. Because like when it gets into fall and especially winter, there's not much to do. So guys, I'm just going to continue to make these ball size until the batter is gone. So I'll be right back when the batter is gone and we'll have all these cookies prepared. Okay, so we have put all of our round balls on these baking sheets. Remember, they're ungreased. So we're gonna put them in for 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. I like mine like a little bit more chewy, so I'm gonna put mine in for 8 minutes at a 350 degrees Fahrenheit oven. And if, let's say that they aren't cooked enough for 8 minutes, I'll just add like a 2-minute timer to make it to 10. And again, if they aren't cooked enough to 10, you just know what I do. So once they're out, I'll show you the final product. So cookies just came out of the oven in 8 minutes. They're still a little bit, what's the word? Like, not raw, but like not fully cooked. But then they'll cook up and dry harden, so they'll be perfect. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't, like and subscribe. One of my upcoming videos, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a giant pirate ship battle with my cousin from Indiana. We're each gonna create cakes and then make them into a pirate ship. Giant battle. Winner gets to choose what color they dye their hair if they want to dye their hair, and loser has to dye their hair the color of the winner's choice. So it's gonna be awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Again, thanks for the support. I'm sorry I haven't filmed in a while, but I'm gonna get back to filming.